A desire born from grandest failure. A will forged from no success. No place to call home in this reality. I am the grandest gamer, and I am here to become the greatest Overwatch player of all time. Hey, wait, shut up, I'm serious. I have long desired to truly test myself as a person, and I have consistently found ways to ruin my chances in other parts of my life. So I lean back towards my nostalgia and competitive nature to drive forwards and become someone that I can truly be proud of. Now, I will say that this video is going to be a little loose. I had a lot of trouble trying to write an actual script for this. I know a lot of people do that. For me, it's going to be just me talking for like 10 to 20 minutes or something, just so I can really express what I'm trying to do here. Now, I first started playing this game around when Anna came out because I was dating someone that really loved this game, and I thought it looked cool myself, so I just went in there and started playing. I literally had to beg my mom for this game, and you know, my mom is very nice, so she bought the game for me, and I played it on the worst possible computer I could have possibly played it on. And oddly enough, I actually made friends that played this game. And it was one of the few experiences I've ever had in my life where I've played a game and had other people play it with me. And it doesn't even happen today. Like, I try and get people to play games with me. It just doesn't happen. Or none of my friends enjoy the games that I tend to enjoy playing, which is kind of sad, but it was really magical. And I had a few moments, like sparks, that like something stood out to me in this game, but mostly the story. Like, the cinematics were incredible at the time, and the lore I was really into. And I don't know if you knew this, but Tracer is my favorite character and has always been my favorite character. And I have so much respect for her, and it's mostly because of the original Doomfist Gauntlet cinematic and how she kind of like inspired something in me, and it was really nice. It really was something truly motivating. Now, I stopped playing because my computer was legitimately awful. Like, it could barely run the game, and it was running the game at 30 frames a second, I think, and it was awful. And my friends at the time, they just became so distant, and they stopped playing the game, so I stopped playing the game. However, I did play it on and off for a few years whenever I could find a computer that would work, and it really came to a head whenever Overwatch 2 was actually over the horizon. I began playing Overwatch 1 a little bit before the launch of Overwatch 2, and when Overwatch 2 launched, I was in that game a lot. Until my computer unfortunately expired then too, so, you know, awful. Now, I'm really doing this so I can try and prove to myself that I'm not a complete failure in life, because I've literally only failed at everything I've ever tried to do. In my education, I was actually a star student. I was incredibly intelligent, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want to like go and be an engineer or study law or something like that. I wanted to create. So as soon as COVID happens, every bit of momentum I had and motivation in my education just kind of halted, especially since I was juggling a job and had a toxic relationship. I was literally getting an hour and a half of sleep every single night, waking up to panic attacks literally all the time. And it kind of halted a lot of things for me, but education especially. Now, I also used to try sports. I tried out for tennis, basketball. I never tried out for football because my grandmother literally wouldn't let me. She was afraid I'd get injured. But I did do soccer, and I made the team, and I thought I did very well. But the unfortunate part is, you know, I couldn't get out and get in shape very easily. So I was never in the best condition, and I'm pretty sure I have some sort of heart trouble and lung trouble that prevents me from having the best stamina, but I managed whenever I actually made a team. But the part that really sucked was that the coaches never really taught me anything. They were like, go exercise, go do this play without explaining why the heck we do it. I felt like if they really invested the time in me, I could have been good, because my touch on the ball was incredible, but my confidence and my ability to make plays was definitely not. And that's why I didn't make the team my final year, which is kind of depressing. But the thing that really held me together as a person and didn't permit me to give up was my desire to become an artist of some sort. Whenever I was young, or at least in middle school, I wanted to become a writer of books. I really, really, really loved books. Deep down in my heart, I wanted to create stories for people and allow them to not think about, terrible happenings in their lives, to have some sort of distraction and world away from it. But it slowly developed into a love for music. I joined band in middle school also, and there I became a very good bassoonist actually. I went to college for bassoon, also went to college for music composition. So once again, trying to create and make a story that people can love. But, I wasn't able to complete in college either. Just the loneliness, the lack of friendship, and the lack of desire at a certain point. Education and the amount of trials it took and how much I struggled with it after a certain period of time was just too much for me. And I had to get a job to support people that I cared about. So, the weight of the world kind of on my shoulders for these people and for myself. And in truth, I don't think I could have found my path in college. So, with my developing love for YouTube and games in general, I wanted to make something happen in my life centering around video games. And while I kind of wanted to do something with like Fire Emblem or like Hollow Knight or something, I ended up deciding that I wanted to play Overwatch and try and do one of those unranked to GMs, but with all the struggle it actually takes to climb the ranks all the way up from the bottom to the top. With my memories from before, the inspiration from all the cinematics and the characters that came out, this game truly held something remarkable in my heart. And with all the great memories that I had, I wanted to take what was there and turn it into something that I could make my life around, if that makes sense. In addition to that, with all of my failures in literally every aspect of my life, I wanted to do something that was difficult. I wanted to become truly good at something. I learned bassoon. I was incredible at bassoon, but I never mastered the craft, despite wanting to. And I want to prove to myself that I can master a craft, that I can do something truly, truly difficult. And perhaps at the center of it all, it's my own selfishness. I wanted to separate myself from all these people that, just took things from me, and I want to become something on my own. I want to develop myself. And perhaps that's selfish, or maybe it's just self-fulfillment. Now here's the troubling part. I've given myself a tough time limit. I've already been working at this for 2 years on and off, really working at it the past year, and unfortunately, I need money to live. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to subscribe or check out my Twitch or anything, as I do have doubts this video alone will get me monetized anyway. But I am saying that this is a tough thing to do without extra financial backing. And, of course, my job is cutting hours. I fear that by the end of the year they could lay us off or even just cut hours even more. As a result, I'm giving myself a realistic time limit to at least hit Masters, the third highest rank in Overwatch. It would be just a little proof that I am capable of doing this, because if not, I should maybe look into getting a second job or something harder that pays more. And I already destroyed myself at my current job, so avoiding that is a requirement if I want to find success with Overwatch. So I am giving myself 2.5 months to peak Masters. I've already peaked Diamond, but I am currently averaging Plat 3. It may seem extremely tough, especially to those of you who have already reached those heights, but I'm basing my knowledge on Spylo's playtime guide. I typically play at minimum 14 hours a week, but I always aim for around 20. So to peak Masters in 2 months from Plat isn't a crazy goal, but it does require incredible consistency. Anyway, I know I've talked a lot about myself, and perhaps that's from my selfishness I've developed doing this, but I believe in myself. I am capable of doing this, I know it. It's just a tough world, and I've got to make the right decisions to even live. So I'll be here, working hard, streaming my progress and rage every day. The only question I have for you is, well, someone else says it better.
Are you with me?